Before I start, let me be clear, I'm not expecting anything for sure, but I think there's some weight to this theory. While we might not hear anything until fall, a little optimism never hurts, right? Firstly, the Red Dead Redemption 1 PC port is bound to come soon, probably following last year's cycle for the PS4 port, meaning July and August for promotion and release. With the GT Online DLC coming earlier this year, June could be prime time for GT6 news. Back in December, Rockstar used GT6 to boost the Chop Shop DLC. Could they repeat this strategy? GT5 got screenshots in July and Red Dead Redemption 2 in May. Maybe this time they're pushing it forward to align with the GT Online DLC. So while this is just a theory, it's one worth considering. Fingers crossed for some exciting GT6 updates this month. Subscribe if you want me to give away multiple GT6 copies on the release date. Thank you and let's go. Would be great if we get screenshots or development updates this week. One post on June 10th said a new GT6 announcement is expected next week on June 18th. It's Tuesday, basically today, a week before the next big GT Online update to drive more interest. Last time Rockstar released a big GT Online update was in December. The first GT6 trailer was revealed a week before it. Let's see if we're getting anything today or the next week, but I feel like there will be nothing for it. But here's one more theory, the somewhat plausible theory as to why we could possibly get information this month. Before I ramble, let me just make it clear that I'm not expecting anything whatsoever, but I do believe that what I'm about to say here has some weight to it. I would also like to add that this theory is purely based on the assumption that information is due at all this summer, but it's also very possible that we don't hear anything until the fall. Still, when has a little optimism ever hurt anybody? Firstly, the Red Dead Redemption 1 PC port has to come at some point, and I believe that they will follow the same cycle as they did last year for the PS4 port, that being leaving July and August for its promotion and its release. This is supported by the fact that the GT Online DLC is a little earlier this year, normally sometime in July. If I'm correct and this Red Dead Redemption 1 PC marketing cycle does come to fruition, that leaves very little room for anything GT6 related to come within that period. And to me it would make more sense to save June for GT6 GT Online, and then July-August purely for Red Dead. And info such as screenshots would have a much greater impact on GT Online than it would on an Red Dead Redemption 1 PC port. Also, as I'm sure that we're all aware of by now, back in December Rockstar used GT6 to boost the Chop Shop DLC, and I don't think that it's unreasonable to say that they could possibly apply the same strategy here. And I just can't see why they would wait any longer. Why let such an opportunity pass by? GT5 got screenshots in July, which is why this summer is plausible in the first place. Red Dead 2 got them in May, but maybe this time around they pushed it forward a little to coincidence with a GT Online DLC. Like I said, I don't think this theory is even close to being for definite, but I thought it was interesting enough. Time to start praying, ha ha. Next up we go. Who or how do you think GT6 got leaked? As the initial hack with the large amounts of clips leaked was not orchestrated by Rockstar for sure, and it was some teenager in the UK who performed the easiest method of hacking, social engineering, to trick a Rockstar employee into giving them their login info, which they then used to log on to Rockstar internal messaging system, Slack, etc., and download a ton of clips of GT6 from that message system. That's why the majority of the clips are of bugs, issues, etc., because devs were sending clips of bugs to each other to fix. The trailer leak was likely a YouTube employee or someone who gained access to the backend YouTube admin panel who downloaded the video from the YouTube premiere, as basically that guy said that he bought this backend YouTube admin panel. This person likely has been apprehended by now, as a YouTube recently completed an investigation about a month or two ago and dealt with them. Neither of these these leaks were by Rockstar, and honestly they did more damage than good in my own opinion. Rockstar doesn't like their games being shown off uncompleted, and there was a large number of people who thought those leaked screenshots videos were of final graphics quality for the game, which is stupid. And it would have likely been better for Rockstar if those leaks never happened, not to mention the toll it puts on the devs, as they've been working on this for so long and they want people to see their work in the best possible way, not in some shitty low quality videos midway through the development. Honestly, I'm all for conspiracy theories, but this here is exactly what happened, no question about it. To be honest, the leaks only got me hyped by 1,000,000x. Like others have said, I also love looking behind the curtain to see how it all works, although unfortunately it'd be at the expense of the Rockstar and the devs. Lucia was gonna be the huge surprise in the trailer, and literally no one got surprised because everyone knew who the protagonists were. That's why it sucks and Rockstar never wanted this. The trailer was amazing because the visuals and how alive the world was, but literally no one got surprised by the rest of the stuff or being damned spoiled. Everyone knew who the protagonists on the setting actually were. With a GTA 5 taking us to North Yankton and Red Dead 2 taking us to Guarma, where do you think GTA 6 might take us to outside of Leonida or Florida? If they do take us anywhere, I partially wonder if it will be in New England or Liberty City level. It feels like Rockstar likes to test out biomes and assets for their upcoming titles and the ones they are currently working on: North Yankton, Spider Gorge, Guarma, Leonida. So if the rumors about Bully 2 or Max Payne 4 hold any weight, that would be my guess. Otherwise, I would love to see them take us outside of the US for a few one of the missions. And some people, as most of them, think it's Cuba, would fit perfectly because it's right next to Florida. Next up, how do we feel about this? Just as a reminder, Red Dead 2 story got leaked in Reddit years before the launch. Just FYI, some people in the community know that GTA 6 spoilers have known this for a while. Let's hope they don't leak it. If you're reading this, please, for the sake of everybody, keep them to yourself. We waited a decade for this, don't ruin it. I'm not sure about this, honestly, as we already discussed it in the last two videos. And those are not leaks, and people on Reddit just hyping up the game. That's what's happening right there. What do you think still needs to be finished before the release? Besides the insane amount of bug fixing and optimization left to do, what do you all think is still left to be finished before the game's release? I'm sure the main story and the majority of the voice acting are mostly done, but do you think there is still significant parts of the game to work on? For example, do you think at this stage there are still side mission activities being added to the game, or even characters being added to the main story? If the game still has at least a year before the release, I would imagine there's a lot they still have to finish. Assuming we're still a year and a half out, if it launches October 2025, I think they're still finalizing almost everything. We saw with their other games how character models, lighting, and the map can change between trailers, so I doubt GTA 6 will be any different from that. Next up, I can't wait for skydiving. GTA 6. One activity I don't see talked about a lot is skydiving. I can't wait to skydive in GTA 6 with those graphics and sound design, as it's gonna be amazing and beautiful. I hope skydiving is more expanded upon into its own actual activity like the others. NPC antagonization in GTA 6. I've been wondering, since NPCs are always incredible and annoying in Rockstar Games, what kind of insult do you think Jason and Lucia would receive from men and women? In my case, I imagine a scenario where Lucia and Jay are walking through the neighborhood and a random guy says, "God, I waste so much bread for so little meat." I know this post doesn't look original, but it would be great to imagine those scenarios because both characters are very different once for all. How are pre-order sales counted towards launch revenue? In 2013, GTA 5 was released and earned $1 billion in its first weekend. Now in 2024, with the ability to pre-order GTA 6, how is the revenue from pre-orders counted? Are these pre-order sales added to the total revenue at the time of the game's launch, or are they tracked separately from the moment the pre-order actually starts? What are your suggestions on this? Seems about right. The GTA 6 player is gonna be like Jason and Lucia. So that's kind of all the information we got for today's video. If you are excited for the game release, I will be updating you with daily content and news on GTA 6, so don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.